I voluntarily stick myself with you schlubs every weekend anyway. So
well, after a good power drilling of Scott's taint, you got to be tired right now. I assume.
Good Eiffel Towering of
there's a lot of volunteer work going all around Circle here, Nick, because basically it's Greg and I doing some fucking shit.
So you were saying we're a bunch of jerks in a circle?
If you want to put it that way.
Some sort of a circle jerk is going on.
Some
here.
kind of jerking of circles here.
So you get a day pass from the fucking special kids home, and Greg and I take you out into town and show you what the normal people do.
Wow.
Yeah, after you and Scott spend the afternoon stealing the sign that says Lee Boulevard, people are like, "Why did these assholes saw it off again?"
Be funny if the sign just goes missing.
We wanted to take Lee home.
Yeah, that's not the taking Lee home thing that we. I mean, we were taking her. Literally, we were kind of taking her from both directions. He's coming one way.
No, you probably have the sign in your basement now with a wig on it.
No, god damn.
I don't understand why she talks to you two.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Frankly, I don't understand why she talks to any of us. If we're being honest,
I think I finally threw it out, but
that's fine.
I think I finally threw it out, but I had to have a thing of lipstick. She forgot here. Kept showing it to her.
That's creepy. You need to stop.
Well, it was just sitting there.
Did you like extract some DNA off of it, and you're like now growing?
It's like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me so hard, and it'd be goodbye horse.
Jesus Christ.
He lost all that weight just so he could fit back into his
I lost all the weight so I could get away with tucking it.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
First time I tucked it and showed Agnes. It freaked her the fuck out. She didn't know guys could actually do that.
Well,
I was like, what? You never seen Silence of the Lambs? She's like, no, I didn't know that was a thing guys could do. I'm like, now you know.
Yep.
It legit freaked her out.
You learn when you're curious about yourself when you're little.
She is a bit of a sheltered Polish princess, so I imagine there are definitely some things she's
I don't think she's sheltered anymore now that she's married to Greg, but
she's definitely probably gotten quite the education, that's for sure.
No, she's both in sexualization and horror cinema. These are both.
It's just she's world traveled. She's gone to Paris twice. You know what I mean?
Fun fact: since we're talking about weird sexualization thing, I learned on a podcast today that apparently, at least according to Vince McMahon, which is not always truthful, so take this with a grain of salt, his first sexual experience was with a cousin in the woods, and he put leaves in her vagina.
Jesus, fuck, that's fucking weird.
And this wasn't at a young age. I don't remember exactly how, but at a young age, it was essentially children playing doctor. So he claims.
Oh God.
I believe that one. That just sounds like the sort of fucked up thing.
It sort of sounds like him. So I mean, but
he's been running from his hillbilly roots for years. That would denote some hillbilly type shit right there, I'd say.
I would say he does have a very interesting origin. Well, not so much. It's actually not so much him, but just the origin story of all the stuff that was happening around him is rather interesting. But
yeah,
let's just say, I mean, he's not a piece of shit because he grew up or he worked around other people that were fucking wonderful people. Most people were kind of shitty in those industries.
I mean, he grew up a favored son in a industry that's notoriously full of really shitty people. So, add money and power along with a culture of just a lot of vagabonds and criminals and carnies and deviants. And that might rub off on you at some point. And then you rub off on a bunch of other people as a result.
I assumed there was a lot of rubbing involved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There was. Well, the podcast I listened to was actually a recommendation of Lee, and it was like freaking like 8 hours. I listened at things at double speed, so it was about a 4-hour podcast for me. But so I was listening to it mostly when I was biking today, and just on the way there, and I got basically through most of it during that time. And they didn't go too much into the sex stuff because the podcast came out in 2023, so I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think all.
By then.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that even I think in the last month or two, apparently, like there's a lot of stuff that's come out. So He's a naughty boy. I mean, I don't think he'll ever really face any real consequences. He'll probably just get sued for some money or whatever.
Too big and too powerful. I think the moment's passed that they were going to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, they'll get some money out of him and stuff like that. But I mean,
it's like O.J. Simpson. Like, it's too late to really convict him for murder after he's already been acquitted of.
And
too legit to quit.
Too. That's also.
Well, yes, yeah. That's the ultimate get out of jail free card is to go into the dirt.
Well, I mean, that's basically what happened to Jimmy Savile. He was too rich and too powerful to really do anything to until he died, and then they investigated it. But he basically died a free man who, other than like one or two police interviews, really had no consequences to any of his actions. And he's
they just covered it up and just basically told him, "Oh, go away, stay out of public," basically. But otherwise, like no.
I mean, really, the worst consequences, they got rid of his tombstone. He had a really fancy, badass tombstone. They got rid of that because, to be fair, people are gonna like deface it anyway.
So. Yeah, you know.
So now I think he's unmarked or whatever.
It'd be like what they did to Jim Morrison's tombstone, except for everyone loved Jim Morrison.
Did people? I don't know the story. Did people fuck up his tombstone or something?
People would, break into the cemetery where he was buried, and they'd
take souvenirs,
do graffiti, and leave souvenirs, and probably rub their pussies on it and stuff like that.
I mean, I would not be upset if women came into a graveyard and rubbed their pussies on my tombstone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be.
I mean, we say that now, I guess.
You'd be dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be really around to enjoy it, would I?
No.
Never came around rubbed your pussy on me when I was alive. What makes you?
What you want to rub your pussy on me now? Get
just rub your pussy on me now. Why didn't you get it over with?
Goddamn Morrison, get out of here!
Goddamn fucking Morrison.
They decided they liked your personality a lot more after you died.
You know who told me the Doors are never getting back together? Jim fucking Morrison told me. Like the fucking kids in the hall. One of my favorite things, but Frampton. Is that a Peter Frampton reference in my store? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know these kids that hang out in the hall, but they really should have a hall pass.
They do.
You want to be a Doors fan? See, what you do is you take this cassette, you go steal a car, then you drive or whatever.
Yeah.
Get into a fight. So there's nobody watching. Not a shocker, but what's everybody drinking?
I threw the can away.
I'm while Lee's looking for his can, I'm having just a boring old Great Lakes Light Premium Lager, 4%. But that just means I don't really have any particular great beers right now, unless I were to bring out a Double Tempest, which I don't plan on doing. But that just means I can. That just means. Well, lately I just bring them out every time a pet dies, and I'm running out of Double Tempest. So fuck you.
I'm running out of pets too.
Fuck you, Jesus or Allah or whoever's killing all my pets.
We were talking about how you're running out of pets, and now I'm running out of aunts and uncles. Apparently, I've had 2 uncles die within the last 2 weeks.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ! I mean,
sucks.
They're never gonna watch this because I would totally trade my aunts and uncles for pets. But
I mean, I wasn't close to them, so there was one who was a really nice guy, and the other was a kind of a religious weirdo who lived in New Zealand. Nice guy and all, but never talked to him. So
I mean, truthfully, I don't really have any particular issue with any of my uncles. I mean, they all have their idiosyncrasies, but one of them is a Trump supporter. I'm not the biggest. I mean, I like him otherwise, but that's kind of a very annoying personality quirk of his. Especially since he's an asshole about it. I don't really care if you can support whoever you want, but when you become an asshole about it and have to bring it up every family dinner, I'm like, okay, relax, dude, relax. Yeah. Like, don't make it your identity, especially when you're a Canadian. Like, fuck off.
That's just so.
That's 51st state shit.
That's such fucking low tier loser fucking bullshit.
Low tier.
Yeah, but my bigger concern was the fact that my dad just lost 2 of his brothers within a 2-week span.
You worry more about your dad.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, look, Agnes's dad. I think he's one of 7 or something. I'm not entirely sure because most of them are in Poland, and they just lost. And Agnes's dad's mother is still alive, so Agnes still has a grandmother, which is wild to me.
Wow, that's
How old is she?
How old is your grandmother?
Either late 80s, early 90s at this point, and fairly dementia ridden. So doesn't know that Agnes exists anymore. She's very Polish. I think I've told you guys this story before. Is that Agnes's dad is a year old? No, sorry, Agnes's dad is a year younger than Agnes's mom. And because of that, that is not something Polish people accept. So,
wow,
45. I don't know. I think they've been married about 45 years. 45 years later, 2 children later, 2 grandchildren later. Up until she got dementia, did not forgive Agnes's mom for taking her child away from her because it was an older woman. Polish people do not believe that the woman can ever be older than the man. That is inappropriate. It is, and she never fucking forgave her for that. And I'm just like, goddamn Polish people. I think it's a European thing in general, but I'm just more familiar with Polish.
Yeah. It's still kind of weird.
It is such a weird thing. So Agnes never really had much of a relationship with her grandmother, and now she's so dementia ridden that she doesn't recognize. Like she still thinks her dead.
You're like, joke's on her. She's fucking. Mine's gone.
Because at least 1 or 2 of her sons have died. In fact, I think there's 7 of them, and most of the brothers are, from what I understand, like alcoholics and not very good people. There was a good brother that was kind of like Agnes's dad and this guy were like the good brothers, and he just collapsed in the kitchen one day and died about 2 years ago or so. So that was kind of sad. And I think another brother died, but I think he was into drugs or some shit like that. So I think there's still 4 or 5 brothers left, but that's and the grandmother doesn't even know. She still thinks the son's alive. Apparently she's like now sleeping on the couch because she thinks her dead son is sleeping in her bed. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, and unfortunately, that dementia gets you. You don't think very clearly. I mean,
no.
I'm slowly losing my mom to it. So,
well, she's on medication. At least that'll help slow it down, I think.
Yeah, it's slowing it down, but it's not stopping it. She's definitely struggling. So
yeah, well, unfortunately, we're not at a point where
less sense.
Well, unfortunately, we're not at a point where we can completely reverse it or even really stop it. But there is, I mean, listen, you got to take it what you can. Unfortunately, medical technology is not where you want it to be. But.
Like I will say, at least the process is going a heck of a lot slower than it did for my uncle, which he got Alzheimer's and he just drifted off real quick. And a lot of it was because he was diagnosed with dementia, Alzheimer's just before COVID hit. So all of a sudden that spot where, you got to be embedded in surroundings and have familiar surroundings and familiar people at a time when you start to lose your mind. If you don't have that, you go really quickly.
Yeah.
I remember Scott saying that happened to his dad. And with my uncle, he just within a year, he wasn't himself, and he ended up having to be during the middle of COVID. He ended up having to be put in the hospital and rehomed because he punched my aunt out.
Yeah,
once they become violent, they're like, nope, you're not safe to be home.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Well, my dad was in a lot of different hospital rooms because he was between hospital and rehab centers and stuff like that. He moved around a lot at times in the last year before he died. And I mean, because first he cracked his pelvis, and then he supposedly survived. Sorry, not survived. So he supposedly recovered. Frankly, I kind of wanted to sue the hospital for even releasing him, but my mom didn't want to go through that at the time. And med malpractice is very, very difficult to deal with, and there's not usually much money in it. But anyways, beyond the point. And then when they let him out, then a day later, he fucking broke his hip, and that ultimately is what led to his operation, which killed him, blah, blah, blah. But the point I'm trying to make is that he moved around in a lot of rooms, even they moved same rooms within this facility. And even when he was doing okay, and he was, we would go see him as much as COVID rules allowed, and we'd go see him. And he's a little dopey, but he was ordinarily fine. He knew what everyone was. He recognized everyone. He was just a little bit kind of forgetful of, you'd tell him something, and then 10 minutes later he'd ask you the same thing or whatever. But for the most part, not bad. But every time they moved him to another room, he would completely lose his fucking mind. And he'd be like calling my mom saying, "Yeah, I'm ready for you to pick me up." And she's like, Ed, you're here
That's
for the
like,
long haul. You're here for a
yeah,
few more months,
that's
buddy."
that whole losing your grounding in your shoulder, losing your
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta be grounded in the surroundings, which is why like I don't really want to see my mom move to a home right now because we just got to keep her here long enough. Like no move, no selling the house, no.
Well, if she can, if she can manage it, then the good thing is that like you guys can do all the cooking and all that. Like, I assume in her state right now, she probably shouldn't be doing any cooking or anything.
No, we don't try like and right up right now the kitchen's kind of a mess, and I think it's intentional because if the kitchen's clogged, mom doesn't want to go make anything pies or start using the oven or try cooking something because right now I don't trust her to do that because she would forget a burner on. Or like there was a couple like a month ago, one spot where somebody left a burner on the stove on and she tried to turn it off and she turned it on full blast and then she panicked and I'm like, oh shit. I saw her do it and I'm like turning the thing off, like nope.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary. So I don't think we ever found out what Lee was drinking tonight.
No. So I got from North Brewing. I have their Niner double IPA. It's 9% alcohol by volume. So real fucking inventive name there. But it's sort of a new style West Coast in style. It's kind of got the dankness and the hops and stuff, but they pull back a teeny bit on the sort of like maltiness of the sort of caramel maltiness of the body, and they got a couple other hops in there that are slightly a bit more on the citrusy side. So like it's still got some noticeable like like Simcoe, Centennial, that kind of thing going on in it that you come to expect from a West Coastie, but it's also got like a couple of other hops in there that are like lean a little bit into the New England hazy stuff, but not like so much that it's overpowering or anything. So
you're saying West Coast, I'm assuming it's got like that pine and resin kind of thing going on a little bit too.
Yeah,
I would hope.
Well, it's definitely still got like a noticeable like caramel body to it, and the overall hop burn is kind of like that resiny. I wouldn't say cat piss, but it's more onion kind of.
A little onion, kind of like that hop burn. Yeah.
And there's a little bit of grapefruit in there, and so
that sounds delicious.
Yeah,
a little bit of segue. I'm drinking a Flying Boats Mach 10 hypersonic hazy IPA, which is 10% ABV.
Oh, you motherfuckers! Now I'm gonna.
So, Mach 10 hypersonic hazy IPA unleashes a sonic boom of tropical intensity. We've loaded this beer with a volatile payload of Talus and El Dorado hops, creating an explosion of fresh tropical and citrus fruits. Pouring citrus, yeah, that's a tech thing I haven't talked about in a while. Pouring thick and hazy with a silky finish, high G juice bomb designed for maximum impact. I don't necessarily say it's juicy, but I mean, at the same time, it's got a lot of like pink grapefruit and pink bubblegum notes to it. And it's really quite well rounded and smooth. Like this is certainly closer to a sipper, but it's not like big and resiny. It's more like maybe a little hint of resin there, but for 10%, this thing is dangerous.
Cool.
It's super tasty. I'm enjoying it. I'll have to get more of these. I forget how much these are, though. I think they're pricey, and it's only a 355 ml can. But 10%, you can get away with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Anyway, just going on back to the old topic. I don't want to get too much on the dementia.
Only $5 a can. I'll have to get more. All right. Sorry.
Not bad. I'll just say quickly about the dementia. I don't want to harp on this all evening, but I just wanted to actually say in a positive sense. My grandmother, exact same situation as you, Nick. She lived with my aunt and uncle, but they couldn't watch her 24/7 because they both worked at the time. Yeah. And she was doing the same thing, turning on burners. They'd come home, all the burners would be on. I mean, luckily, I don't think they had a gas oven. I think it was electric, but still all the burners were on. The oven was on, and she would just wander off somewhere. So she did go to a home. She actually thrived in the home. So, and she actually did very well for about 4 years. Eventually the dementia got to her and she died. But for those 4 years, she was actually doing very well for herself. So, I mean, I know obviously that's not what you want for your mom, but I'm just saying sometimes it does work out in a positive way. So you never know.
Well, it's kind of one of those things like where she's grounded in her surroundings and she still remembers everything around. Like she has no problem remembering who we are. Like, and she still remembers. Like she'll still tell stories and remember the stuff like from decades ago, like about stories about me and Chris when we were kids and shit.
Oh yeah, that always works.
Time you burnt your pants.
They never found out about that because I burnt my pants.
No, they're like, we always knew, Nicholas. We always
you always knew because
that'll be like a deathbed.
Like, what happened to that pair of pants that you took on that camping trip and that they never came home? You know,
Nick, we always knew about your pants.
Yeah,
son, we always knew about your pants.
You didn't spill beer on those and throw them into the bonfire, did you?
You'll read it in the will. The will will be opened. Your dad's last.
The will be opened, and then there will be like $35 deducted for those pants.
Yeah, no, it'll be to my youngest son, Nicholas. We were planning on giving you the entire estate and all of our holdings, but we found out through the grapevine that you burnt those brand new pants.
Oh man! Did you ever see that the frantic skit? Four on the floor where it's like the boot to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Like we bequeath you a boot to the head.
Wow.
Yeah, you had to be there.
Guess you did.
I really wish there was a better quality copy of the Frantics online, but
I don't even know what that is. Is that like a comedy show or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, do you know? Ooh, Holy Grail Church IPA from Church Brewing. Nice.
I mean, even if the beer sucks, I love that can art.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
we seek the Grail.
This one's much more East Coasty, hazy in style, so it's just like.
And that's the thing. Like hazy, like East Coast IPA used to be something different. Like it used to be like West Coast IPA was like that American sea hop, pine forward kind of note, pine, white grapefruit, and a very clean finish kind of thing, a light body. Whereas an East Coast IPA used to be like a bit more well rounded, more malty, but could be piney, could be whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now the definition is kind of been masturbated on by the New England style.
Wow.
Like who remembers the original OG? Like I feel like, you know what a good example of a true East Coast IPA, like old school East Coast IPA would be, is that Gahan 1772.
Gahan 1772, yeah, or Annapolis Brewing's Railway IPA, or whatever.
Yeah, okay, that one.
No, it's.
I thought Railway was a rye IPA.
Ceasefire.
Okay, I remember Ceasefire, but I get you. Yeah, that. But it used to be, and even then, like even before they came out with New England IPAs, they also had like the Vermont style IPA, which is like Heady Topper. Remember Heady Topper? It was like a nice light.
I don't think I've ever had a Heady Topper. But...
Yeah. Oh, shit. Who made Heady Topper? It's like the Alchemist, I think. Like I know Heist Almighty got one and we drank it. And that was like definitely a bit lighter. It was like a lighter, cleaner, juicier kind of like lower in bitterness. But and maybe a little lighter in body, but still pretty friggin' tasty. But it was still.
I remember the first like good hazy beer I had was like I think it was the one Joe sent me. I think it was the M43, which
it was an M83 by. There was M83 and Boss Tweed. There were two beer from beers for the same company. They were like hazy IPAs, and I can't remember I think I reviewed Boss Tweed for my channel.
No, it's M43 according to Untapped. Boss Tweed, yeah, it's M43, and then I think
M43.
Yeah, M43, and then Boss Tweed was I think the stronger version, if I remember correctly.
Old Nation Brewing, that's what it was.
Yeah, Boss Tweed. Yeah, and I remember that was kind of hard to get back then, so Joe sent me a few, and back when Joe was alive, and I remember that was kind of the first beer because like everyone's like Bellwoods and a few others that started coming out with hazies, but they're still basically a new thing. And every time I tried them, I'm like, this is kind of a shit beer. And then I actually tried some good American ones. Like, okay, I can kind of understand this. I mean, I still always will prefer a West Coast, but I'm like, okay, this is actually a decent hazy. And then all of a sudden, Canada started figuring out after IPA number 5 came out. It's like, oh, okay, now Canadian breweries have figured out how to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'll still take a West Coast almost any day. But
oh yeah, like I see Joe's review of M43 New Orthodox IPA series from Old Nation Brewing, and I remember he brought you did a group review that you brought to the Well and Piss Up. Who did that? Who did that review for their channel? Like somebody recorded it. And it's obviously not Joe because I'm looking at his channel video right now where he did it by himself. It's probably one of his first ones.
I mean, who had a channel back then? Like, was it you? I assume it wasn't you.
It wasn't me because like you guys were doing like reviews while I was fucking knocking Carrie on the floor.
Yeah, that's true. You did smash his ribs into a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. The reviews I did were in the basement with like Carrie and Ewert, and then there was a couple of times where you guys did reviews upstairs at the kitchen table.
I'm guessing it's either on Chris's channel or it's probably on the actual Piss Up channel.
Yeah, I was gonna say M43 review well and Piss Up.
I think the Piss Up was all downstairs because that's where we had the webcam set up.
I mean, we have there's like a fucking 4-hour stream on there, but yeah, I don't know. I tried typing in M43 well and Piss Up and nothing's come up. It wouldn't surprise me if it was on Chris's channel because I think Chris is taking down a lot of videos on this channel. So
yeah. I remember he had that period where he kind of got frustrated that breweries weren't sending him beer, and so he's like, "Well, why am I doing this then?" And then
if you're not getting free beer, what's the point?
We're not doing any of this for breweries to send you the beer, but you're not making money off of beer too. Like right now, we don't have anybody watching.
What do you mean? My beer burglar channel is flourishing financially.
Yeah, right. You're getting.
Did you see that? Did you see that Matt quit?
I saw that Matt, the massive beer reviewer.
Is there any reason or just family commitments? Because he has a kid or two now, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a guy in his 50s, and like you can see like between his recent videos and his other stuff, he's lost like 30 pounds. He's kind of like done a little bit of a lifestyle change just so he can. For what he's saying,
I've lost more than that.
Yeah, it's not a competition.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yes, it is. Fuck you. No,
plus he wasn't obesely overweight like you were either. So it's
wow.
Wow. Yeah, I was pretty big. I was like over. Like I'm 5'7", and I know we've
over 9,000.
Well, I've had over 9,000. No, I've had. I've had like at 315 pounds at that height. That's a lot. I was grossly obese, and I didn't realize how big I was. And now I'm still obese, but I'm obese class 1 according to the BMI scale.
Well, yeah, BMI is a bit of a weird scale. I mean, you've probably got like 80 pounds just in your legs. But
there's that. There's muscle weight, and there's also the fact that I'm a stocky individual anyway. So BMI doesn't. It just takes into account height. It doesn't account for width, and that's not saying, oh yeah, I'm big boned. It's more like
big boned.
I'm just a physically wide football style person anyway, even though I'm too short to play football.
Oh, so you're shaped like a football.
You know what's funny?
I'm shaped more like a soccer ball.
Like,
explains how much why I kicked around so much.
Wow, Jesus. You know
Not-
what's funny? I never really noticed that. Like, when I look at Nick there, I see Nick way too often, and I didn't really ever notice any difference. But randomly, like, whenever I have to go to old videos, usually if I'm trying to figure out if I've, like, if I've seen, the thing is, Nick, this is just what you've always looked like to me. But then I go to, like, an old video, and I'm just like, oh, man, that looks like Nick with a fat suit on.
Oh my God, look at some of my videos from just 2 years ago, like 2024.
Yeah,
Like
you literally look like Nick with a fat suit. I'm just like, holy fuck.
Peak fat Nick was when I did the beer reviews for the Big Axe Beer Festival in 2024. Like, I look at back at those videos, I did some, and I'm like, oh my God, I am like a whale. I'm like Brendan Fraser whale, kind of like.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe not that bad.
And also, you were one of those big fat guys that wore his shirt tight, tucked in, and everything, and tight jeans. So it's like even more noticeable because you didn't dress like a fat guy.
What do you say? You should have walked around in a
I refuse to buy new clothes, kind of shit.
He refused to buy like a fucking like Arab garb where it all just hangs down.
Yeah, he could have got.
Whatever the fuck you call that.
And maybe a muumuu and a fez. Put that on.
I'm just imagining Homer when he decided to get fat in that old Simpsons episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like here's an example. I found an old video. This is from the summer 2024. Like, look at this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you're a chunky boy there.
I was big chungus there.
I also feel that your camera, though, because to be honest, your face doesn't look too bad in this video. I feel like whatever camera you use actually makes you look bigger. Because when I was looking at some old BA 101s, like, yeah, you look like fucking like. Bleh. Hey, I'm throwing stones because I was Fat Greg at one point. I'm still kind of Fat Greg. I need to lessen the amount of Greg in me. But
I don't know how big I was in that video for Le Malbourg de Gould, the Requin, the ice box that I did. That was a delicious ice box from Quebec. But like when I started my diet at the end of the summer, and I was on the diet for a couple of weeks already, I weighed in at 315 pounds when I first got a scale and started tracking my weight. So I had already been on the diet for 2 weeks. So I might have lost like 5-10 pounds before that. Yeah. I'm down to 211 now.
There you go.
So I've gone quite a ways. Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can find an old BA 101 or something I did like 2 years ago where it really shows. Holy fuck. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Share screen. Greg's disappeared. This one? There we go. It's kind of meta because I'm looking at my channel through my channel to my channel.
Yeah.
But holy balls.
Yep.
I look like I've eaten 3 cakes before I started the show.
Yeah, you have no neck.
Like holy crap, I didn't realize that was April 17th, 2024. I didn't realize how big I had gotten. Like that was
And now I'm gonna eat 5 cheeseburgers.
I think I'm talking about like Picaroon's maple cream there. Anyway, so yeah, no. I mean, I definitely look better. That's what it's saying.
Sure.
And Lee, I think you've lost a lot of weight, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't talk about it much.
I haven't kept. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I know it's like a personal hobby kind of thing with you, where you enjoy sharing that you've made so much progress. So I don't give 2 fucks. Plus, I don't, I tend not to talk to people or share things with people anyway. So it's not within my it's not within my nature to like, oh, here's my weight loss journey. I don't give 2 fucks. I don't even weigh myself. I don't fucking know. I
Yeah.
care.
Well, you were a little chunky around the Chris Pamsis piss up. You look like somebody Buffalo Bill might capture in the back of his van. And
Jesus fuck.
Look like a
But,
big
You
fat
got a
woman.
size 10.
But now you're looking pretty good.
Or
At least the
14
parts
or
of you,
whatever.
at least the parts of you I
Yeah.
can see. But
Yeah. No, I'm doing a lot better. After I fucked up my knees a couple times in a row within like the span of a year or whatever there, it kind of sidetracked me quite a bit, and I put on quite a bit of weight in those like couple years or whatever. So
yeah, well, not being able to move,
More
we'll do that.
moving as much, yeah.
and also it doesn't help that during that time it was like, oh, suddenly my brother got really sick and my parents got really sick and had various health issues and stuff, and I was the only one really earning any money, and I had to support them and help them out, and fucking the stress from that, and stress eating and all that stuff, and living a much more unactive lifestyle due to not being able to fucking physically move as well. Yeah, that was all good stuff. It was really good for my health.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I remember, and I didn't say anything about it because obviously, why would I? Back at the Christmas piss up, I kind of noticed that you're bigger than you were when I first met you at the Billbone Arena piss up, which was 12 years ago last week.
He's just talking about your dick.
I was talking about Lee, but okay.
Lee's dick.
But yeah, no, you're looking a whole lot better now. So we're talking about pumping each other up for losing weight, and dude, you're looking great too.
Great.
There you go.
Great. No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't. I really don't.
Okay, I'm gonna grab another beer.
I don't think Mr. Lee's good at taking compliments.
No,
I don't.
but he deserves them.
There you go. We're gonna force it upon you. Well, next getting another beer. I got jealous of you guys, so I'm not gonna go quite for a double Tempest right now, but I'm gonna do a regular Tempest, 9% alcohol, and this is the 2021 vintage. It's one of my final cans, but hey, it's almost my birthday week, so why not? So
There you go. Yeah.
hey, Nick, are we gonna do birthday beers next week for Greg? I think we should.
We can do that.
I know Nick says some other beers in place, but we can just hold off a week. I'm not unless Nick doesn't love me. Actually, let's throw this one back.
You know.
So this is actually at cellar temperature, which is actually better for this beer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it in the fridge, the other half of the can in the fridge, just to keep it cool. But this one's at basically cellar temperature, which for us is still relatively chilly. The basement's a little chilly.
Okay.
And oh, that smells good. Oh, I need to take a picture with it. Stupid Greg, stupid. Get your can back. Sometimes I don't even think I'm professional.
It's terrible.
All right, let's try this again. I'll take a picture so you schlubs can enjoy it. I will say, and I mean, I know not all parties involved are the biggest fans of the certain white animal nowadays. But I do miss the Niagara Beer Fest. Those are a lot of fun. There's a yearly just stupid thing that's an excuse to go and do something.
Yeah, the one I went to was fun.
So I thought your birthday was the beginning of May, Greg.
No, it's April 30th, so right before the beginning of May.
Oh shit!
So
Then you're absolutely right. We should be doing Greg beers next week.
yeah, next week, or I don't care if you want to do it the week after. That's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. But I just want an excuse to get drunk.
You say I don't love you. Fuck you, Greg.
No, you do love me. You don't want to admit to your deep love for me, but no, it's like it's like that dude that teases the girl at school and does weird things to her hair.
Yeah, just saying.
Hopefully not crossing any line by shooting any liquids in her hair or anything. But you really like her.
It's like some Peter Parker, like, oh, it's coming from the wrist. Yeah, sure. It's some more like multiple MIGs where it's like, look at blood.
Jesus Christ. Nick, why why do you incriminate yourself?
He just tells on himself all the time. It's weird.
Oh, fuck. All hail the new Ayatollah, the Ayatollah. Greg beers. What does a Greg beer entail?
I don't know.
Whatever the highest ABV beer you could buy. I shouldn't have drank that.
Pretty much like you could go triple IPAs, you could go Imperial Stout.
Whatever reminds you of Greg.
Or I was gonna say, or Scott, whatever you think reminds me. You've known me long enough. What do you think would get my vote?
What would Greg do? That's a slippery slope.
What beer reminds you of how Greg really is?
I'll tell you, if you bring a Dead Cat Pale Ale, I probably won't vote for you.
That might be insensitive.
So no Sparkle Puff.
Well, no, that's a live cat. That's fine.
Dead Cat Pale.
Don't find a beer named Chloe or anything like that. That would be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Actually, that'd be funny. That would be fucking funny as a troll.
You might actually get a vote. You might actually get a vote for creativity for that.
I'm gonna drink the Lee Russell of beers.
There you go.
I've got you rubbing up, Paul.
Most of the time, I'd say, Nicholas, you make bad choices, but every once in a while, you surprise me and make a good choice.
I mean, I usually make bad choices.
Just keep in mind, if anyone pisses me off next week, I have 2 dead cats in my freezer that I will totally pull out for the show.
Wow.
Are you gonna Kubi them like Swiss chalet sauce?
They're probably preserved, and they probably injected chalet sauce into them like formaldehyde.
Jesus Christ!
That's how you preserve your cats since they're long term in the freezer. All the salt keeps them from freezing completely.
Well, if the weather holds up this weekend, either Friday or based on the weather, either Friday or Sunday, they're going to be in the ground, so they may not be actually in my freezer by next week. So it's okay.
I was gonna say, if the weather warmed up a lot and you wanted to have like a cooler bag out for your drinks out in the pool or whatever, you could just have the cats in there as ice packs and.
I mean, it would work.
Use your dead cats as ice packs in your cooler.
You just have to drink really quickly, or the cans would really start to smell when you're taking them out of the bag.
Yeah. I was gonna say it would be fine if until the sun hit them, and then it would be like, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
away the good and the bad,
I think you almost broke Nick there. Jesus, I didn't know that my dead cat's cooling his beer was such a humorous thing for Nick.
I think we just changed the title of BA 101.
Yeah.
Nick, you can steal that for your Type 5. I'll give that to you, buddy.
Speaking of tight, this is tight. I love this beer.
One of the best.
Criminally underrated. I can't believe this beer is still so cheap. I think this is still $3.69 or $3.79 a can at the liquor store. This is absolutely fucking worth it. It's like one of the best pilsners out there. It's OG. And
I mean, it's a good second to steam whistle, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna let that go by and pretend you didn't say nothing.
I'll be honest. My issue with Pilsner or Cal is I never seem to be able to get it super fresh. I'd really like to be able to get a really fresh one to try, but the LCBO doesn't seem to want to let us do that.
Yeah, this one's off from October, so
yeah, I probably wouldn't buy a Pilsner from October. But.
No, still tastes fine.
It's
kind of like that. Yeah, it's still a lot of those off flavors are kind of what defines this beer in the first place. That little bit of sulfur.
It's not really off flavors. I don't know. I just find Pilsners don't. I haven't done a fucking research project on Pilsner, but I just find in general Pilsners do benefit from being fresh. I know it goes against the whole lager thought process, but for whatever reason, I do like fresh Pilsner.
Well, when it comes to a Pilsner, I feel like there's 2 types of Pilsners. There's a Czech Pilsner and there's a German Pilsner. German Pilsners tend to be more cleaner and drier and better fresh. Like Warsteiner is a pretty fucking dry beer. Yeah. Czech styles like Budvar or Pilsner Kel tend to be a bit more those they harken back to a time when, like, sure, every beer was brewed in accordance to Brian Heiskebot, where it's just like the three main ingredients: water, barley, and yeast. And they were the only defining features that they had were the brewing faults. Like, as long as the brewing faults are not off-putting, like that little hint of silver, little hint of sulfur, that little hint of
what
butteriness.
you're calling brewing faults is just the terroir of whatever region they were fucking brewed in. Like every town had their own beer, and of course their beer is gonna.
Every town had their own beer, and every beer had to have its own character to define itself.
Yeah, it's gonna have its own. It's gonna have its reflection of where the grains were grown, how it was brewed, the condition of the equipment, all that stuff.
The water they use,
the terroir.
That's right.
Yes, the water too. Yeah, and as far as I know, Pilsner Urquell still uses water from. They don't brew this anywhere else. They they brew this in Pilsner Pilsen.
Well, apparently there's like Scottish distilleries that that I guess will cater to people that probably have more money than common sense, that they'll actually sell like water. So when people want to mix water with their whiskey, they can use the actual water they use at the distillery, and it's it gives you the authentic experience, I guess. I don't know.
That is some brilliant marketing bullshit.
It is.
I love that one.
Yeah, especially
they just say sell powdered mineral kits that have that terroir and just mix it with distilled water.
Oh, you could you know how you instead of ice cubes you can buy like those like cooling stones that you put in your fridge or whatever. And then
yeah.
So which are absolute trash.
Yeah.
What's that? Like, isn't there like a they don't. Isn't there like a set of like stones or something like steel balls you can freeze and like? After
I got these. I got these free with one of my Lafroig purchases, and I've tried them once or twice, and they're absolute trash. But come on out.
It's a great
they look
gimmick.
Cool.
Yeah, they look cool. They look.
The idea is it's like ice, but it's not actually supposed to water down your whiskey. They don't fucking work. They don't really cool anything down. Like
what I would do is I'd go a little step further with my marketing. I'd be like, have the actual stone from which the water is taken from here in Lafroig, and each stone imparts a little bit of the natural terroir of the region into your Scotch whiskey without diluting the flavor.
Yeah, no, it's.
Did you also know you can own a whole square foot of land on the Lafroig?
It's like you get your own square peak usually. I think that's isn't that what
it's like? You want an old square, like, isn't there a thing like where you can get like a lordship if you own a square meter of land? I
think I signed up for a square peat moss thing of Ardbeg that they named after me. I think Maker's Mark, they named a barrel after me, and I technically could have bought that barrel if I wanted to travel to Kentucky, which I never did.
You're not even that big of a Maker's Mark fan, are you?
No, I'm not. I just signed up. I just signed up for it anyway, but because it was free. But no, I don't really like. I do like the more expensive Maker's Mark, like the Cast Strength or the 46. They're both superior products. Regular Maker's Mark, I don't like very much. I've always thought that was incredibly, like, a lot of people say it's a great introductory bourbon. I completely disagree, but to each their own.
I think it's it's a level above your sort of standard Jim Beams and stuff like that, but it's
in terms of quality, yes. I think it's way too harsh for anything I'd ever recommend. If somebody was asking me what bourbon would you recommend, I mean, first I probably would recommend something like Jim Beam just because it is 40% and basic. But there's a lot of bourbons. If you want to go something a little bit above that, I am pretty basic. But there's a lot of bourbons I'd recommend. Like if you want to step above that aren't going to break the bank, and should be, even if you can't handle it straight up with an ice cube, it should be fine for anyone who can, assuming you can handle hard alcohol to begin with. Which
at this point, I'd take like above Maker's Mark. I'd take like Bullet or Elijah Craig or something like that.
All not bad. I haven't had either one of those in a bit. I mean, my go-tos are always going to be Knob Creek and Buffalo Trace. Those are my go-tos of ones that are premium but not crazy expensive, and I think those are the Apparently, right now it's very difficult to get Buffalo Trace. At least in Pennsylvania, my cousin tried to get me some and
wow.
couldn't find any. So how hard they looked, I don't know. But apparently, the stores say it's all sold out for whatever reason. So
You know what? Like I gotta say, like, and you must know by now because you have a huge bottle of it. But like, I know it's not technically a bourbon, although you caliber. I feel like Jack Daniel's basic is pretty fucking good for what it is.
I like Jack Daniels for what it is for what it
good
costs.
Bang for your buck, yeah.
Yeah,
good bang for your buck. Yeah, yes, it's technically flavored, so it's technically not a bourbon. I don't know. To me, it's close enough. Like if I ordered bourbon and somebody gave me Jack Daniels, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'm like, okay. I think if I want to be like nerdy technical, then okay, probably it's not. But
Some fucking
close
hillbilly
enough.
from Jack Daniels back in the day influenced, greased enough fucking pockets to like, hey, here you go. Let's make this special law to make our bourbon extra special. That's basically what it is. It's a bourbon. Like, come on.
I keep thinking like whenever I think whiskeys or something, I feel like I'm like it's something right out of Old West, like Western movies or something. Like whiskey they drink at the bar or something.
Oh no!
You kind of get this in your imagination. You kind of get this impression of what whiskey was 100 years ago.
But like
it's probably more like moonshine.
Oh, the reality in the Old West is that a lot of the stuff they were buying at any local like fucking establishment in any fucking town, it was whatever fucking alcoholic swill. It was basically like Swish from the fucking Trailer Park Boys. Where it was like whatever.
It was like refill a bottle of water.
Yeah, just
or a barrel.
whatever alcoholic swish, fucking swill that they could get their hands on and mix together is what they called their fucking whiskey for the most part. In a lot of those places.
Dancing on the King of the Dare with a dirty dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
I assume you guys know this, but I only learned this recently. Did you know why the term shot originated from?
No.
I mean, Nick is actually close. So basically, around, I guess, Western times, whatever you want to put that as, I guess a shot of alcohol, or I don't know, maybe a beer, was equivalent to the price of a shotgun shell. So occasionally, if somebody didn't have money, they would just literally give the bartender a shotgun shell for a shot of whiskey or whatever, and that's why it was called the shot. I literally learned that recently. I was like, that's kind of interesting.
That is kind of neat, actually.
It's the more you know.
Shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, hey,
you think that would be something would leverage in like Western movies? You're like, I'll take a shot. Like, yeah, you gotta pay for it. Like, oh, well, here's the shotgun shell.
In Western movies, they usually just like don't even worry about the payments. Like, just give me the bottle.
Scott's talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's generally the logic in movies where it's like anyone who walks into a drinking establishment or food establishment, they order the food or drink. Then they immediately get up and leave. They don't even eat or drink whatever the fuck they're fucking doing, so.
Yeah, this is true. Well, the thing that always bothers me about really any movie with a sex scene is how like the dude has a fucking instant boner. I'm like, dude, I can't get a boner that fucking fast. I need some foreplay. Like, give me a second.
It's like boner that makes booze that makes the boner last more than 4 hours.
It's not just like
so Scott was talking about freeze grapes and chili or wine in your glass.
No, I just put ice cubes in because it's wine. Who gives a fuck if you water it down a little bit?
Well, listen, if you water down anything with ice, I mean, to each their own how they want to drink their stuff. I do like ice with my bourbon. I usually don't ice my scotch, but it depends on the scotch, of course. The best way I've always found is throw an ice cube in it, taste it. Okay, you want a little cooler, a little more watered down, drink it. The second it gets to the point you want it, take that ice cube out, throw it away, and now you've got that bourbon or scotch exactly where you want it.
Usually, I'm coming from the idea that if you got a bottle of booze, or especially if you got wine, you're probably bringing it from the cellar, so it's probably already at premium temperature anyway. You don't need to chill it anymore. And if you do, just put ice cubes in it because, unlike say like a whiskey, if you unless your wine's like some super premium fucking hoity-toity bullshit, you're not really changing the taste of it all that much by watering it down.
Which if your wine's fancy anyway, you're probably like, I know people who are into collecting wine. Number one, they have a lot of money. Number two, they have their cellar at like whatever the perfect temperature for that wine is. In fact, most of them don't even store it themselves. They pay a company to store it for them.
Oh,
But
wow.
the shit you get like like the cheap table wine you get at like a wedding or something like that. That's just in a fucking open decanter in the middle of the table or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Dump all the ice cubes you want in that trash. Come on.
oh yeah, well, because that's all it is cheap wine that you're just most supposed to get drunk off of. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a wedding or something, like, it's very rare that I like even have any kind of craft beer. I was actually shocked. My wedding. Now, granted, we did pay like 3 G's for like the open bar. I'm not totally sure what a typical open bar costs, but that seemed to me a little expensive. But yeah, our open bar at our wedding was fairly top shelf. Like, it had, by wedding standards, of course, like, it had several choices of scotch, single malt. We're not talking 18-year-olds or anything, but they were like, like Glenlivet 12. I think they're like 4 or 5 scotch. Yeah, basically, yeah. But you know what? For a wedding venue, it was great. And I was pissed off because I really didn't want to like indulge in it too much, because I'm like, I would love to have scotch, but if I start having fucking shots of scotch, I'm not going to have a good night.
Yeah, the honeymoon's going to be awkward.
Well, this honeymoon was probably awkward anyway. Scotch.
Yeah, well, it was. Apparently, I tried to invite Agnes's male friend over for a threesome on our wedding night.
Jesus. Right.
She didn't go.
Wow.
She didn't go. Yeah, I barely asked her if you wanted double team her or not. And this is not somebody that has that we have any kind of sexual relationship with. I was just really stupid and drunk.
So not even a person you knew for sure was into poly anything. So okay.
No,
already into poly the moment you get married.
But he was one of those perpetually single dudes. But again, he also had the nice guy syndrome, so he was the kind of guy that would never say yes to it. But he's one of those dudes where he has like I literally don't know anyone else that has as many friends as him, but they're all like plutonic female friends. I'm just like, dude, you got to be fucking some of these girls. Which I think he is nowadays, but back then he wasn't.
So Scott's drinking Signal Hill right now in this plan, which is a whiskey. Signal Hill.
Why Scott, is your butthole that sore that you can't join us? We will promise you don't have to show your butthole.
How's your taint right now, Scott?
Oh.
But I'm kind of curious, why is Scott not in here? Because he was saying earlier, no, I can't come on right now. I feel like that's a poor excuse. Secondly, I'm curious about the Signal Hill whiskey. I want to try that because
just a little
thinking about getting a bottle of it. And it's on sale right now, $40. So a
little bit of NyQuil and whiskey will knock both your wife and your daughter out, and then the night is yours, my friend.
There you go. For more, follow Greg for more relationship advice.
I don't have any particular taint pain, but definitely going from nothing to 21K mountain biking today, or trail riding, whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely feeling my muscles are a little bit sore. It's like, okay.
I got Scott out for a 12-kilometer bike ride to listening to this and cleaning up your house. Yeah, he was saying that he's got a friend coming over for dinner tomorrow. So
he's also going to have
a mutual friend, somebody I know. So
foursome,
maybe.
But it was nice to get out. I will say, I have my face.
Danielle's cute, so I mean, come on.
But, you guys! She's got 3 holes. You guys are gonna take care of that for her.
It's a friend's ex-girlfriend. So
that should never stop you. Ex-girlfriend is the important thing. You're already betraying the friendship by hanging out with her. So where you stick your dick means nothing at this point.
No, maybe you're still friends with both of them, kind of thing. Like, it doesn't matter if they broke up.
And then if you're true friends, he shouldn't care where you stick your dick. Right. Anyways, Nick. Yeah, I got a bit of sun today. It was like 21 degrees today. I don't know if you guys can tell. I actually have I have red cheek syndrome.
Like when me and Scott did our ride, apparently according to Strava, it was 4 degrees out. So it was a pretty cool ride.
Well, maybe you guys will get warm weather on the weekend. I don't know if our warm weather's coming here, but it's beautiful today. It was supposed to be 19 and ended up being like 21, 22. I think tomorrow's gonna be like 15, 16. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna get cold again. So
I'm hoping to be nice in the weekend. And apparently, I was looking at the forecast, and it's supposed to be cool, but it's supposed to be sunny for the next like 7 days straight. And I'm like, that sounds really good. Maybe I'll get it. I probably won't get it tomorrow, but
today was perfect here, except for it was a little teeny bit too windy. But other than that, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was a little windy and it was cold, like below 7 degrees.
Like from a biking perspective, I love it when it's like right about 20. That's just kind of perfect.
That's the perfect. It's like room temperature.
Yeah, when you get hotter, it's like you're sweating your balls off, and usually there's a lot more bugs too. And then like when it gets colder, you're a little. I mean, colder. I'd almost rather deal with colder because it's a little easier just to throw an extra layer on. But when it's like 30, 35 degrees and you're biking, it's like, oh, it's so hot.
Oh God. That's disgusting. Yeah, there's been times where I've been like, yeah, no, I'm not going outside because it's like fucking stupid hot. It's rare, but like even at 30 degrees, I don't mind going outside. But if it's more than that, like, I'll fucking die. I'm happy if it's like 20, like if it's like 18 to 25 degrees, then that's the perfect riding weather. Anyway, so Scott says his taint is good.
Oh, good.
Well, that's good. We're gonna have to abuse that more.
When Danielle comes over.
When Danielle comes over, it's gonna take a pounding.
Jesus. Hey, listen. Maybe she wants to make Scott airtight. There's nothing wrong with that.
God, she be a strapping job.
Oh.
A strapping young lass.
A strapping young lass. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more of this Pilsner Urquell. Like, it's a good go-to beer. Like, it's so cheap. I can't believe this is so like this beer is so good for a Pilsner. Why is it so cheap? Like, you can gladly pay. I suppose like if it were $5 a can, I'd still buy it. But at the same time, I wouldn't buy as many of them. Like, the only reason, like, it's a great value beer, but I'm like, why is this a value beer? Because this is a fucking great Pilsner. But you know what? They at this price point, they sell way more of them. And even then, I'm not even convinced they sell way more of them because it's like they're always there on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Like people,
Pilsner Urquell is currently on sale for $3.35 a can at the LCBO.
How much is it now? Right now,
that is for.
I wish it was that fucking price here. It's $5.18 a can here.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's $3.89 a can here. It's $3.89 a can.
And SLC just hiked their prices this month too.
Jesus.
So yeah, they I think the prices go up federally or something, or provincially every April.
Yeah, but before that, it was $5 a can is what I was paying. So.
And are you guys getting 500 milliliter cans for that, or
yeah?
Okay, because mine's $3.35 for a 500. So yeah, that seems like actually a very good deal. I'm gonna. You know what? When I go to the LCBO, I'm going to pick up a few in honor of Lee and Nick. I'm going to pick up a few pills.
$3.35. Did we ever do a reanalysis of Pilsner Urquell? I know we've done. I don't think
we've done. I think we've only done one analysis of that.
Yeah, you better check. You got a whole channel you can search where you can.
I would do. I feel there's so many. I mean, obviously. I don't know if it's just because we're doing a hangout and she doesn't care or whatever, but Lady Lee is usually pretty consistent on the show, and usually if we get a few other people, like we've got almost a whole new cast if we want to do some reannals of stuff, of people who weren't here when we did it originally.
Check bars, but fuck you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still think that Czech Bar is a good beer, but it's
Czech
not
Bar
better than
Czech Bar is a fine beer, but it's not better than Pilsner Urquell. That's fucking
yeah.
That's
fighting words, which I'm thinking is for.
I don't currently have an opinion on this, but I feel I kind of want to get a Czech Bar and a Pilsner Urquell and compare them.
Can I still get Czech Bar here?
And I say that knowing that I don't hold Pilsner Urquell in the same regard that Mr. Lee does. So
yeah,
already that probably puts me at a disadvantage, but.
Checkfire. I can still get Checkfire here, but
I think
it's
still get
$4.09 a
Checkfire as
can.
well. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to buy some Checkfire and Pilsner Urquell for the weekend.
Jesus, $2.70
Holy
a can.
fuck!
That's
deserving of a fuck you, Greg.
It's on sale now. It's apparently $3.20. Typically, it's 50 cents off right now. So until April 26th. So yeah, I am going to grab, and they're both at my local store, so even convenient. I'm going to grab a couple cans of each, and I will do a comparison, and I will get back to you, Mr. Pelican, whatever your name is. I will get back to you and tell you what I think.
$4.09 a can here. Fuck.
Well, you know what? That's actually. I just had a thought. A good spin on our usual BA 101 thing. Better value. Well, yeah, whatever. I'm willing to pay more money for a better quality product. So I think a good spin, and like just to maybe put a little bit of life into the tired old formula of what we kind of do on this fucking clown show. What if we had like shows every once in a while where we take like, say, Pilsner, Urquell, and Czechvar. Everyone on the panel buys one can of said beer, and then we taste it, we review it, and then we decide which one we like better, and then at the end, whichever one has the most votes is the winner.
It's not a bad idea at all.
It's not a terrible idea. We could try. This is an experiment to like a one-off of it because there's probably not a lot of beers we could do. Like it's almost like Murphy's versus Guinness, but we'd have to all be able to get both beers.
I mean, you could also do it with just things like Molson versus Blue or whatever, whatever fucking else you can think of, right? It's a good way to like bring back
Moosehead versus Blue.
It's a good way to bring back shit we can all buy. And,
I mean, it's not a bad idea because, realistically, yes, it's probably going to end up being a lot of macros because that's what. Yeah, when you're talking Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Alberta, if Dan ever shows up, like, stuff that everyone can get. It's like, yeah, I mean, realistically, a Canadian versus fucking Budweiser would actually
kind of
make
like
sense.
thematic nights, and we start going into Pilsners, and then Ashley Sexton brings the fucking.
I think for the most part, most shows going forward should just be hangouts. But like, if we are gonna like plan every once in a while, maybe twice a month or once a month, do an actual BA 101 or something like that. It's just a extra idea to throw into the rotation to freshen it up a little bit, so we're not just like let's re-anal Corona again. Like, okay.
Yeah, my attitude to the reanalysis episodes is I'm good for doing it once per beer. I never do. Once we do it the second reanal, we're never doing that beer again.
Which fair enough. But there's a lot of beers we haven't reanaled at all, and again, I know Mr. Lee doesn't like them. That's fine. To me, it makes sense. Like,
changing his tune on it.
Well, I mean, I
would you go for a reanal of Pilsner Urquells?
I'm a big fan of head-to-head, and I think it's been suggested before. And I actually am a really big fan of head-to-head, as long as people are cool with buying two beers in 1 week.
Yeah, that would be the challenge. Is that if you want to do a head-to-head, you'd have to have people buy two of each. Which, you know what? Can we all get? And you know what? It's really cheap to get Pilsner Urquell and Czechvar. If you guys in Ontario can get that for like $2.70 a fucking can for Czechvar and then $3 something for a Pilsner, I'm happy to go out and buy a can of Pilsner Urquell and a Czechvar. Sure. If Lee wants to show up for that episode, we'll do it.
Oh yeah, I'd show up for something a little bit new and fresh, and not the.
I agree. I mean, my personal opinion is I think we do. I don't mind bring your own beer, but I don't think we need to do it more than once a month or so. Like, I think
bring your own. I'm saying, right? I think hangouts are more conducive to this at this point.
I enjoy hangouts, but it seems that a lot of people just choose to. And again, I don't know if Lady Lee this week chose to just drop out because she had a reason, or she just doesn't want to hang out with us. Which, to be fair, I understand, but.
Yeah, I assume she's busy because I was checking. I don't think she's even playing games with Redbeard right now. And she's been playing Dying Light with Redbeard like the last few weeks straight. So
avoiding Greg.
Lady Lee's avoiding Greg.
She wouldn't be avoiding
hanging out with Redbeard, avoiding Greg.
Oh, I don't Guinness Extra
That
Stout
became great.
carbonated is better than Nitro Guinness Rum. I agree totally.
Yeah, that's a good. See, I still love Guinness Nitro, but I would take those bottles of Guinness Extra that they came out with, not the Labatt ones, but like the ones that came out in the last few years. I wish I could still get those.
I really did love those Labatt ones though. I thought that was a pretty decent beer. I liked that one quite a bit.
It was still good, yeah.
Yeah. But the Guinness Extra Stout carbonated is better. Yeah, no doubt. Because you whenever you nitro anything, you're sacrificing flavor. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the mouthfeel of nitro things. So
that's it. When it comes to nitrogen, sure, you're sacrificing mouthfeel, but you're also making it less bitter, less sweet, and then you're smoothing it the fuck out, which really plays well with Guinness draft.
Speaking of nitro stouts, Propeller is coming out with a nitro stout.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I want it. Like, what is this? It's like get Propeller Black Stout or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Propeller Black Stout, and I think it might be coming in SLC, but at the very least, it is coming to Harvest Wines and Spirits. So I am going to do. I am due to do a fucking order from Harvest Wines and Spirits at this point. So because I think I got to get some more Negra Modelo and shit. And
see, there's another beer I really like to have here.
I mean that's a well, yeah, that would be harder to do, but that would be another one to do. Hey, Negra Modelo,
both
Modelo.
Both Modelos are pretty good.
Yeah, I got
Negra Modelo up in Ontario.
We do, yes. Last I checked, I haven't looked recently, but last I checked, we got both of them. I don't know. So speaking of Pelican Beast, I love Guinness. I love Guinness Nitro, but I don't think I've actually had non-nitro Guinness, so I'm gonna have to. I'll see if they have that at this. I'm sure they probably do. I'll pick that up because I've never tried it. I've never tried it non-nitro Guinness.
The best one is foreign extra. If you can get a bottle of that, you can get a bottle of foreign extra. That's the best shit. It's got a nice chocolatey.
You know what? The one bottle I ever had of foreign extra stout, I was not impressed with.
What?
Yeah, I didn't think it was all that good.
Let's see what we have. We have Guinness Zero, which is, in my opinion, the best non-alcoholic beer. Yes. Guinness Nitro Coffee Cold Brew, which I enjoy. We do have Guinness Extra Stout. I think that's the one that's non-carbonated.
Yeah.
Or sorry, non-nitroed.
Yep.
Yes. We have Guinness Draft Stout. That's just regular Guinness. That's all we have. So we have various pack sizes of Guinness Draft. Then we have Guinness Extra Stout. Unfortunately, I have to buy a 6-pack of it, but you know what? I'll do it for science.
Yeah, what's this? Who is coming out? Aunt Hurley.
What?
I don't know what he just said.
I can't hear Lee. It's 6-pack bottles. We used to be able to, I can only get the Guinness Draft and the Guinness Zero right now. So, I used to be able to get the extra stout here. It was fucking great. I used to buy it a lot.
If you like Guinness and you don't want alcohol for whatever reason, which generally, people are trying to get healthier, fair enough. Guinness Zero is fucking just ridiculous how close to regular Guinness it tastes like for zero alcohol.
It really is stupid ridiculous that it tastes almost like regular Guinness, but it's no alcohol at all. Speaking of alcohol, I'm going to have a Moosehead in the bottles, which is a limited edition. Like, Moosehead is actually in the process right now of tearing down the part of the brewery that had the bottling run. Yeah, so they're now taking out the capacity to even make these bottles. But there's still a couple of stores here that have quite a bit of stock of bottled Moosehead, so I've been kind of buying anytime I want a pack of beer to enjoy, I'll just get some cold Mooseheads in the bottle.
Yeah, there's still some NSLCs that are still getting some leftover Two Crows stuff, even though they've shut down now. And there was a specialty beer from Two Crows that was in that was in, I think, either Bishop Cellar or Harvest Wine, but and I was going to order it, but I was sort of short on entertainment funds that month, so I was like, oh fuck, I missed it, and now it's not listed anymore. But because that would have been one to like bring to a BA 101, bring your own beer, and it would have been like, oh, I win. So yeah, Pelican Beast. Someone's coming out with a nitro. It's a Propeller here in Nova Scotia. They're coming out with a nitro black stout. They said it's called. Which would be interesting to see. I wish they'd just go back to making their fucking London Porter, but I mean, you know, at least in this case, they're making something that's like one style, and it's not a weird style. It's just like a kind of popular variation on how to do a style, as opposed to like here's our porter that tastes like a chocolate orange, or here's our porter that has raspberries in it, or it's like, Jesus Christ, please just spare me.
I wish we in general got more British style beers. I like a lot of British style beers. They're very tasty. Yeah. And then usually when breweries here make them, they're not all that great. I was gonna say if Moosehead is getting rid of their bottles, I mean, what they really need to do is they need to like a special edition bottles that are just like, the head of the bottle when you're just drinking out of it is just extra enlarged. So just really you're getting your lips around that so all the flavor can enter your mouth at the same time. Like that is what Moosehead needs to do. So you can just
that extra shot of flavor in your mouth.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying all that. There you go. See, like, there you go, Nick. Jamie, you gift that.
I think their last release of bottles, they should just dub it the Scott Myers commemorative line or whatever,
What they'll do is they're gonna have special edition bottles that are gonna cost exactly $70,000.
Well, it's already too late. The last run of bottles already came off the Moosehead line in December. So it was basically you find a case of Moosehead that's got a deep coat of I forget what it is, like M or D or something like that.
I've recently learned about that Olin guy who was murdered, I guess, at this point, like what, in 2016?
I remember how it happened because I used to work in the building like across from it, like on a diagonal, like not next door, but yeah, I was walking to work and I'm like, why is there a whole bunch of police cars here? And then I find out that yeah, right. Then I find out that is it Dennis Oland? No, it wasn't Dennis Oland.
I think Dennis Oland was the son who supposedly tried to kill him, but he has so far been proven.
Oh, yeah, I see John Police Force fucked that investigation up right hard.
Yeah, it sounds like they were like targeting him and they really had no real evidence against him. So I guess he got convicted and then he got then on appeal he won. So technically they don't think he did it, but they also don't have any other suspects. So
did that work when I
get a bottle of Lot 40, Signal Hill, Pelican Beast says.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't mind. So I had Signal Hill relatively recently. I didn't mind it. For Canadian whiskey, it's not bad. I do recall Lot 40 being better, but Lot 40 is a rye, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a bit of a different drinking experience. If you want a rye, then yes, Lot 40 is better. But if you want more of a Canadian whiskey, then you may not want a rye. You may not want a rye. Even though I know
it's more one-like. If you want something that's got to be more like a bourbon experience, I've heard that Signal Hill is better than that. I haven't had Signal Hill, so I wouldn't know.
No, the best way I would describe Signal Hill, it's the typical flavor of Canadian whiskey, like a Crown Royal, a Canada Club, but it's just higher quality.
Nick, do you have a way of allowing me to share on this?
Yes, if you should be able to share a screen and then I can add it to the feed.
Okay. All right. Should be.
So equipment is younger than Dan.
So that's the Propeller Black Stout that they're
okay.
Signature Cascade, a thick, creamy tan heads with hint of roasted coffee, dark chocolate, fishy clean, dry, ridiculously drinkable, 4.5%.
I'd be curious to see how this turns out because there's 3 ways, and one of them's copyrighted on how to get nitro in the beer. Like Guinness has the little widget.
Yeah.
Cobblestone from Mill Street had the puck down at the bottom, like milled into the bottom of the can.
Yeah.
I think
And
most
there was
places
also the ones that had like there's also the ones that had like they were canned with nitrogen, but it doesn't come off as well. Like Picaroons did it with their timber hog.
Those aren't good.
They're infused with nitrogen. Yeah, it sucks that way. It really didn't give you the nitro effect. It didn't have enough nitrogen.
No.
But like if Propeller can do it with the puck system, which I think is not copyrighted, like the widget is with Diageo, where like the puck is in like Diageo in Kilkenny cans.
Yeah,
Kilkenny's fucking delicious too. But yeah, I'd be kind of excited to see what Propeller's going to do with this black stout. I'm hoping I'll get down into Nova Scotia this summer and try it. I would love to have a can of that.
they said they're releasing it in 4-packs, so and I assume it's going to be a seasonal. So who knows how long it'll last? Like their stuff their seasonals tend to sit like it seemed like they make a lot of it, and their stuff tends to sit on shelves for a while. Because I can still get fucking Revolution right now.
Pelican Beast says Signal Hill would be good if they bottle at a higher ABV. There is a higher ABV version of Signal Hill. Because I've been considering picking a bottle of Signal Hill Up, and they have like a 40% ABV standard release, which I'm assuming is what Scott's drinking because it's on sale right now. There's also a Founders. What is it called? Signal. Because I know I can get in New Brunswick. I can get Founders Select Overproof for $60, $62.80. And I'm just gonna put it on screen. Right here, Signal Hill Founders Select Overproof 750 ml. It's like 56% ABV, and I've been thinking of picking up a bottle of this stuff because like that's the one that I've been hearing is the most bourbon of Canadian whiskeys because
it's not that bourbon.
Not that bourbon. Why you've had it, Greg?
Yeah, I've had that one. There's another one. I think it's Barn Burner. That one is pretty close to bourbon. If I'm not mistaken, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm giving you the. Yeah, Signal Hill. Signal Hill is just a well done Canadian whiskey, but it's still a Canadian whiskey, which to me, I'm just like boring.
Yeah. I always find like Canadian whiskeys are like a bit made for mixing and not as exciting. It's almost like Canadian whiskeys are too technically perfect, so they tend to be bland. That makes sense?
They are. They're absolutely fucking bland. And yeah, if you want to mix them, fine. I'm the type of person where I will absolutely rather mix a bourbon than I would a Canadian whiskey because like something like a Jack and Coke or a Jack and Ginger is fucking delicious because you still get a lot of flavor from the bourbon, but it's just watered down with whatever pop you choose.
Yeah, like what I'm trying to say is like they tend to take a spirit that is too clean. Like it's too technically perfect. Like they make it, and then there's very little imperfections to it. So there's no extra little bit of caramelization. There's no extra character to the flavors. There's just like this bland kind of like, it tastes like whiskey. Like it could be like anything boring. Like like they need to up their game by maybe lowering their standards. I don't know. It's just like I feel like a lot of the characters that are built into Scotch whiskeys or into bourbons are kind of come from the lineage that these distilleries have in their old recipes. That makes sense? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm crazy saying that.
I think that makes sense.
Collingwood actually has some more Grandad in it. Okay.
I can't find the LCBO right now, but I thought it was Barn Burner I got. That was a little bit sweeter than a typical bourbon, but otherwise was very close to a bourbon, which I was impressed with. I'm just trying to. It just doesn't seem.
Okay, yeah, okay. Pelican V says that my spelling sucks because I'm currently in Florida drinking cask strength bourbon.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I mean,
That's
good
awesome.
excuse.
Good excuse. Yeah, like oh shit, what was it? It was Pelican V says Bubba Sadie's, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can't remember who's who.
Redbeard's friend.
I mean, also another thing you got to kind of remember with Canadian whiskey is that usually it's not aged all that old. Like
there's that too.
One
I think with the Canadian whiskey, in order to be called whiskey in Canada, it has to be aged 3 years or some
3
bullshit.
years, yeah.
I think it's 3
years, and they also allow for like I think it's 9.09% flavoring or whatever too. So sometimes that's where you get like sherry put into it or something like that. But rarely do you see a Canadian whiskey like aged in something that's been like a sherry cask or something like that. You know, like the way they do Canadian whiskey just traditionally is way different than what the Scotch is.
What's the brewery? Distillery. It's the same guys. They're one of the bigger guys, but they did Lot 40 and they did Pike Creek. Originally, they used to do them sherry cast or port cast. Yeah, it was port cast actually. I think the current bottlings are now rum cast. I don't know if they just ran out of port or whatever, but that is a pretty competent whiskey. I'm not the biggest sherry or port cast fan, but if you are, those are pretty competent products.
And I mean, all Canadian whiskey, like most of it is corn and wheat with rye added sometimes. And like Scotch is barley. Like it's 100% malted barley for the most part. Like very rarely do you see any variation there. Like it's so like the flavor profile you get from corn and wheat compared to barley is actually could be pretty night and day, especially considering the methods and how they're distilled.
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean the grains. I mean, basically corn. Bourbon is mostly corn, and that gives it that distinctive flavor,
caramel kind of flavor.
That's the thing. If anything, our wheat, I feel like probably is what kind of deadens the kind of.
Yeah, I feel like when you get corn, you get a little bit more. You get barley, you get fruitier flavors. You get corn, you get more caramel flavors. But with wheat, you just get bland.
Yeah,
sugar crisp kind of shit. Like you maybe a little sweetness, but it's not all that interesting in wheat.
Also, I'm very sad that Amsterdam, I guess now that it's even before their new overlords own them. I'm very sad they no longer make they haven't made regular Tempest in many years. And it seems that they did make Double Tempest this year, but it was only on tap, so I didn't get to try it, which I'm sad about. Yeah, Amsterdam, do better. Come on. I know you guys are owned by a foreign conglomerate, and that's great. You know, you can release all your lagers, all your fucking amber ales that sell a million things, but come on, I'll buy this. I would happily buy this if you release more of it. Fuck faces. Thank God right now, even though they do have a hazy bone shaker, did we ever do hazy bone shaker on Beerinal yet?
I don't think you guys
have. But I have it. But I think I can get the juicy one.
Well, that's if we're looking for one to do, that's another option. Spoiler, I'm not a big fan of it because the one thing I'll say about Amsterdam is through everything, regular bone shaker is still such a goddamn solid beer. I might even argue if it wasn't for the fact they just gave me a headache if I drink more than one of them, I would still say it's my absolute favorite IPA. And I mean, they just haven't fucked that one up yet, and I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop when they just we're getting rid of regular bone shaker, but enjoy your juicy version, you losers. And I mean, I can get it so goddamn cheap from the brewery too, but I don't necessarily want to buy a 50-pack of it because it's like that's a lot of bone shaker.
Yeah, they distill the different grains independently. And
then blend them.
Yeah,
fuck, I can't type.
It's fine. We know what you're saying.
The wheat is we get it. Like the wheat softens it. Like I feel like almost like wheat comes off almost like gravelly when it comes to whatever spirit you put in.
American craft is fucking expensive and in small cans. Yeah. That sucks. I mean, it's also cool that you're there getting drunk and drinking a bunch of cool stuff.
I think Bubba said he's moved to Florida, didn't he?
Did he?
I did.
Or is he just on vacation in Florida?
I don't know. He's listening, so I'll imagine him to tell us.
I'll tell you, I'm happy to have I have a little bit of bourbon now. Well, actually, a lot of bourbon. Granted, I've drank a little bit, but I have a liter bottle of Knob Creek, my personal favorite bourbon, and I got a 1.75 liter. My cousin, I asked her to buy me a bottle of Jack Daniels, so she's like, I'll pay you for it, whatever. So she's just like, oh, okay, yeah, so it's gonna be like $60 Canadian. I'm like, okay. She didn't tell me what size it was. I was just like, okay, here, I'll give you $60. I thought, okay, it's going to cost whatever it costs. I'm not going to rip her off. They bring me the bottle at Easter, and it's a fucking 1.75. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm totally willing to pay $60 for this. I thought it was going to be $60 for a 750. It's like, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I thought you were I knew you were from North Bay. I just thought you might have moved down to Florida.
No, he's just fucking enjoying Florida.
Right.
Enjoying Florida. Why not?
That.
Yeah, I gotta say, the smarter move. Visit, just don't live there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's typically the most Canadians. Like my uncle has a property in Florida that he visits for most of the cold months. But
you know who else has a property in fucking Florida? Every mosquito in the world.
Shit. Speaking of drunk, Scott.
No, I'm not drunk.
What are you talking about, Nick?
Yeah.
I just disparage his character coming in here.
Coming in fucking fashionably late.
I'm all done cleaning my kitchen, so I came over to have a.
Look at this thing.
That's a fucking massive bottle of Jack Daniels.
I dare you to try to shove that up your ass.
Jesus.
I don't even think. Ha! There you go, Jamie. You can look at, you can gif that. So can I just tell you something? This was a sealed bottle. I'm not saying I'm necessarily proud of myself. This was a sealed bottle up until there. That's how much I drank on Saturday. I was not having a good night that night, and I just said,
wow.
Fuck it.
This is my little ass bottle of Jack that I got left. Not a lot left.
I got this huge thing. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about having this much Jack Daniels. Not as excited as I am at Knob Creek, but it's just like, they're both big ass bottles. I'm very excited. I mean, you're not wrong, and I mean, my birthday's coming up, so I might cuvee them. We'll see.
There you go. That seems like a good idea.
I mean, to be honest, that's probably a waste of Knob Creek because Knob Creek is better than Jack Daniels. It's also, at least when it was available at the LCBO, significantly more expensive than Jack Daniels. But
I did realize how fucking tiny Nick's bottle looks now. But...
yeah, Nick's got a baby bottle.
Yeah. Mine's tiny. Pelican Beast says, "You lads have a great night. My dram is empty. You have a good night, sir."
I mean, I would argue you should probably refill it, but have a good night. Have a good night.
It's also poor life choices, so
he might have caught wind of the gator down there or something that was giving him the side eye.
He said he's back in North Bay, so he's still there's no gators near there.
You sure he said that?
Yeah, well, he says he lives in North Bay.
He lives in North Bay. I think he's in Florida enjoying the beautiful weather in Florida.
You need to fucking pay attention, Nick. This is your chat.
I want to learn more about Scott.
He is currently in Florida drinking the cast strength bourbon. Okay,
see, look at that.
Must be a gator shit.
Sherlock.
How are you doing? Well, tell me everything, Scott. I want to know. What's your name? What's your age? What's your preference? What are you into?
ASL.
I was just going to say, is that ASL?
Yes. And tell us about your ride with Nick today. Was it as exciting as Nick made it out to be, or did Nick violate you in the forest?
I mean, it was fine. I was a little winded afterwards.
I'd let you take the lead. So
these all could mean other things. The way you guys are saying this, I was a little bit winded.
He used the pitcher, not the catcher.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with being the sexually ambiguous duo.
Are we ICQing like cyber
ICQ.
Is that what's going on? ICQ cyber sex?
Uh-oh. I never got any nudes over ICQ, and that makes me sad.
Well, you couldn't really send pictures over ICQ, could you?
Could you? I can't remember what you could do or
I
not.
can't remember being able to do that. It might have been in later versions, but I
I think on MSN you could send pictures. I never got any nudes over MSN either. Even from Agnes. That's where I met her on MSN. I didn't get any nudes from her. God damn it, Agnes.
Very rude.
Yeah, she made me wait until real life to see her boobs. Like that's old school.
What?
Yeah, that's way too traditional.
Blasphemy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Valentine's Day 2008, and I brought her flowers to her office, and I went to her place afterwards, and
fucked.
No, we hadn't fucked yet, and I got to see and suck on one of her nipples, and that was it. That's all I got that night. And I was like,
that's really romantic that you actually remember the time and date of that. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
There's a lot of people who cannot say that. I remember the first time I saw you naked.
I remember the first day we saw her boobs. If I had a calendar, I could probably figure out every sexual act we did in our relationship for the first time. I just need to have a calendar in front of me to pick up what day of the week it was.
Okay.
Really fucking hated it that I remembered, like, kept count of how many times we banged for the first.
Well, if you kept
for the
bringing
first
it up
while.
all the time, I'd get annoyed too.
Yeah, but it's just like one of those things. Like Greg fucking remembers anyway. He never gets anything
Yeah, but
come
I
back from
don't think he tells Agnes every time. It's like I'm pretty sure he doesn't wake Agnes up every morning. Like, hey, remember that time we banged in 2000?
Remember that time we banged?
I mean, we do talk about like momentous things, like first times for stuff, but no, I don't keep track of how many times we banged. I have no clue how many times we banged at this point. But
the number's way too high.
It's not like Nick, like every day. Remember that time you graced my life by letting me touch your boobies? I remember it, and I want to bring it up every time. I want to bring it up all the time.
I was gonna say, Nick, like, is it just the times you banged, or like this stuff? Like, oh, well, this Friday you gave me a blowjob. Do you count that? Do you put that on your spreadsheet too?
No. It's just spreadsheet. Fuck you, Greg.
I
didn't keep spreadsheets back then.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
It's like in my mind, the number went incremented by 1 every time.
I do not have sexual relations with that woman.
She got upset when the number hit 50. You know, it's just like,
how many times did Monica Lewinsky?
How many times did Monica Lewinsky spit cum on your
Hillary.
dress?
No, Hillary, the cigar was purely there for me to smoke. I didn't stick it up her pussy. I smelt her cum juice on the cigar, Bill. No, it's something else.
So, Scott, what are you drinking?
Same thing I told you I was drinking.
Oh, the Signal Hill?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, there's not too much else. Like, I'm just kind of sipping on it. Nothing going on.
I like it with Signal Hill, Scott.
It's from Newfoundland.
I'm kind of curious how good it is.
That's not necessarily
it's not bad.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if necessarily saying it's from Newfoundland is a good thing.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I think
it's local.
Newfoundland is starting to like catch up a little bit on like spirits and beer and stuff of that nature. They're starting to like diversify and improve a little bit.
Don't they? So is it Newfoundland that has the St. John? I think it is.
St. John's.
St. John's. Yeah, it was funny. I ordered something from them. I think it was last year, and I was like, "Oh, look! I'm getting a jacket from a store that's right by Nick's." And it's like, "Oh no, it's a different St. John's,
different province." Yeah.
Close enough.
There's St. John, and then they're named after the St. John River, and then there's St. John's, named after the St. John's Harbor.
Yeah,
it's weird shit.
These are all important things.
It's all the Maritimes. It's all one small little province, basically.
It's also something. It's also something that came to a head like more recently because like during World War II, because St. John's, Newfoundland was its own country until 1949.
Yeah.
No, a Dominion. It was a Dominion.
Dominion with, well, yeah, Canada was a Dominion until 1982.
It was a dominion of the British.
Yeah, but technically speaking, Canada was a dominion of Britain up until, was it either 1931 or 1940, 1982? Because 1982 was the patriotation of the Canadian Constitution, where
Right.
all the last
our
vestiges of any kind of controls by the British Crown over top of the Canadian government we pushed them out. We still have the British monarch as our head of state, but we have nothing to do anymore since 1982 with the British, with the United Kingdom.
Why, you're saying Sausage Fingers doesn't have first night privileges to all our wives?
What the fuck, Greg?
Did that escalate a little bit?
King Charles in his bloated fingers. Yeah.
Jamie, you better gift that Nick drinking that bottle of beer like that for the flavor.
I want him to gift me doing the Professor Brule face as he was explaining all this garbage.
Nick, how's that beer? Is it delicious?
What the fuck are you doing?
He's enjoying the flavor.
Is this going to be on your Tinder profile or your Grinder profile? Which one?
Well,
I mean,
did he do videos on those profiles?
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter, penis or no penis. It's all fine.
It is, yeah.
And if you don't like the penis, then you're a phobe of some sort. So don't do that.
You're a penophobe.
Penophobe, dickophobe,
cockophobe, dickophobe,
schlongophobe.
I'm gonna let. I don't feel Nick is competent at this point. The way he's drinking his beer, and I don't know, Scott. I feel has an injured taint. So, Mr. Lee, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna have a little bit of one of these. Which one should I have?
Jack Daniels.
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Notice he asked me, Nick, not you. So don't.
Well, because Greg didn't ask him, I was going to finish this off if he drank it. But fuck you, Greg.
In your asshole.
No, I'm not drinking it now. I'll save it for the weekend.
Okay.
Nick, I hurt your feelings. If I have a little bit of Jack Daniels, will you have your Jack Daniels?
Maybe.
Well, do it then.
Okay.
Right,
I'll have the Knob Creek afterwards. I'll have a little bit of each. I didn't realize that would hurt Nick's feelings.
By the way,
you didn't really hurt my feelings. I was just gonna say I'll have the rest of this because there's like a shot left.
By the way, we can have 2 movie nights this weekend. I'm off Friday.
So. Oh,
okay. I got an early morning Saturday, but I'll be around for one movie. So
all right.
I got wrestling on Saturday.
Oh. He's gonna be Vince McMahoning it.
That I don't know if anyone wants to be said they're doing that. I don't see fucking Scott getting white skunk streaks in his hair and running around with women 30 years younger than him or 40 years younger than him and getting weird eyebrows and.
I mean,
you don't see it. That's the thing. You don't see it.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. Scott just doesn't seem like rape material.
To be or to do?
Yeah, that's a little open. That's
a
little too open-ended.
I would say to do. I don't think Scott would be the to do type. I do think it's possible that in the right circumstances, Scott could be a rapey. You know, he's a good-looking guy. Somebody slips him a roof. Like it's oh
Jesus, Nick.
I think if Scott met Jeffrey Dahmer, I think there's a good chance that Jeffrey Dahmer would have he'd bring Scott over to his place. He'd give him some Budweisers that are laced with something, and they'd watch Exorcist 3 until Scott woke up with a sore butthole.
And
that's a movie I want to watch. Side note,
yes,
that's a movie I want to watch again. Is Exorcist 3.
Sexorcist?
Sexorcist?
Yeah.
I said that.
Sexorcist 3.
I've got
Exorcist
I've
3.
got Exorcist 3 on my hard drive. I could find Sexorcist 3, I'm sure, if you really want
There's
it.
probably
Probably
You know,
on
this is
somewhere.
a high quality bottle when they give you the plastic pour.
It's probably
Mr. Lee, do you have a Plex server,
I'm not gonna
Mr.
have
Lee?
too much.
I do not.
Okay.
Sorry, what kind of server?
I'm too much of a fucking. When it comes to shit like that, I'm too much of a boomer grandpa where I couldn't really like figure out how to work it properly, so I just gave up on Plex altogether. It's just like, nah, I'm not.
Okay. I just built my Plex server now.
I was just telling Lee earlier that I've been busy ripping Blu-rays to my movie collection. So I've figured out how to take Blu-rays and rip them to Blu-ray rips, MKV files.
So you have your bought Blu-rays, and then you just rip them onto your hard drive. Like, so you could just.
Pretty much. I still have but I don't have to. If I want to take a Blu-ray that's in my collection, and then I want to play it for a movie night, I'll rip it first, compress it, and then we're good. So I got a shit ton. I've ripped some like Clint Eastwood movies, Denis Villeneuve movies, and I'm working on ripping High Crime from Franco Nero and some good shit like The Psychic, Lucio Fulci, and some.
I think I have.
Good shit to play on the weekend.
I think I have. I have the. You guys watch Porky's? Did you guys enjoy? I know Lee has seen it, but did you guys enjoy Porky's?
Yep.
I think that movie's fucking fantastic. I was a little sad I fell asleep during because I love that movie. I'm actually I'm probably gonna rewatch it.
Fell asleep, aka blackout drunk.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Again, I woke up with a fucking cut on my nose because I walked into something. I don't know what it was. I was fucking upset, so I drank a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been hitting the ball a little harder this week. It's been an annoying week. So
fair play. I can sympathize with you.
But so anyways, yes, I'm trying not to get like blackout drunk like I did Saturday. But yeah, it's been a rough week. So between Agnes taking it very hard and all that. So I'm self-medicated. Cheers, you fuck faces. But
give and I'm giving. I would say give Agnes a hug first.
I'll give her
not the hug that.
I'm sure your penis will be involved in some degree, but
I'll give her. I don't think it's. I think it's gonna be at least a few more days before Agnes accepts my penis into her again. I don't think she's in the mood right now.
I'm just saying, well,
irrespective of the trauma until any boners become involved, like
the whole concept was like give her our regards, give her a hug that comes from us.
You're like
the penis is totally on your accord.
Thank you, Nick.
You're like a weird variation character from an 80s sex comedy. You're like this Elseworld John Belushi kind of, because you're not as cool as Belushi was or whatever, but
no one's as cool as Belushi.
We've never watched Animal House, son.
Well, that's a sexual assault fest if there ever was
one. Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I consider Nick? Nick is like Anthony Michael Hall from 16 Candles.
Oh God.
where he moves up from from sex pest to mild rapist.
Yeah.
What?
There's also just a very uncomfortable Asian stereotype in that film as well.
Nick, have you seen 16 Candles?
I have not, actually.
Okay, I will say no more. I'm going to play it on a movie night. I feel it is a movie that needs to be played.
That's a good movie, though.
Right.
That's a very entertaining movie.
Yes, it's one of the better of that kind of coming of age.
Candles or 13 Monkeys?
I've
never seen 13 Monkeys either.
I've never seen 13 Monkeys either. I hear it's a good movie.
Because it's 12 Monkeys. It's not
12 Monkeys, whatever.
Yeah.
God damn it!
It's a good reason.
I have seen 7. That 7's a really good movie.
But there's no monkeys. There's no monkeys in that. It's just regular 7. But yeah, that's a solid
7
movie.
Deadly Sins.
Especially nothing like a nice build though.
In retrospect, it's a much better movie because Gwyneth Paltrow gets her fucking head chopped off.
Wow.
You don't get a vagina scented candle out of it.
No.
Her body still probably grew an extra bush with some wax on it.
This was before she was advocating women stick weird objects up their coochie to freshen their spirit or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I think it's time to take the shit offline.
All right. Well,
oh, good. Now we can get offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, Chris
All right.
Peters killed those women.
You know he did.
That's not offensive. That's just historically accurate.
Yeah.
And Scott, how's your taint?
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Scott, quickly show us your taint before we go offline.
Nope.
Wow.